need any help? Lovely. Do you need any help with that? Oh, like I should start singing. I should start singing. Like I should sing. Okay. Hello, good morning, folks. I'm going to start our day off. Lovely Sunday morning. I invite you to sing along if you know this one. I'm choosing heaven. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. Oh, I am walking the road to heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Let's choose joy. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. Oh, I am walking the road to joy right now, singing, I'm choosing joy today. Let's choose hope. I'm choosing hope today. I'm choosing hope today. Oh, I am walking the road to hope right now, singing, I'm choosing hope today. Let's choose peace. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. Oh, I am walking the road to peace right now, singing, I'm choosing peace today. Heaven one last time. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. Oh, I am walking the road to love right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. Yeah, you guys sound beautiful this morning.
So glad to be with you this morning. Lovely to see all your faces. Happy Sunday morning. My name is Reverend Lee Alvarado. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living, Northern Colorado. And we are live streaming once again. So welcome to those online who have missed us live streaming. So welcome to you as well. We are a community committed to living from love and celebrating our oneness and supporting one another on our spiritual path. Wherever you find yourself today, whatever your heart needs, I trust that you will receive it today. So just open yourself, just consciously, just opening your heart to just receive whatever it is that you are meant to receive. I trust that it will come through at some point today. So my light honors the light in each of you, and so I just invite you now to turn to someone and just honor the light in them. Just say a little namaste, hello, welcome. Can you hand me that? All right. I know it's hard to see the words up here, but you all know this song. We're going to bring the kids up. Any kids wanting to come up and sing with us? Come on up. Miss Brooke is going to help you out. Be brave. Good job. Come on up. All right. They're coming. They're coming. Let's help them out.
Should we give it a go? God is everything I need, so I am part of God. I know there's lots of good for me and everybody else. I am thankful and grateful for everything we have. So I let go of this prayer, and so it is. Lovely.
Can you hear me? There we are. Oh, good morning, NOCO CSL. My name is Tanya Geiwitz. I'm an outreach practitioner here, and I'm going to start us off by leading into just short meditation. So if you feel comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. Feeling your body supported by the chair that you're sitting in. Feeling your feet on the floor. Feeling the energy and the love of those around you. Feeling the divine, sacred, gentle energy moving in this room, moving in, through, and around each and every one of us. And I invite you to drop from your head into your heart space. Feeling the love, the energy, allowing for your heart to open this morning. Open to receiving what is here for you today. And relaxing into that knowingness that you are right where you need to be. And I invite you to let that energy flow from your heart all the way through your body. And allowing for openness, allowing for healing, for love, for connection, and allowing for whatever it is that you need this morning. And I just breathe into this moment, into this beautiful morning in Colorado, where the sun is shining, the birds are singing, the flowers are still blooming. And as we step into this time of service, I declare and affirm and know that each person is here this morning, whether in person or online, that they are here by divine appointment, that they were led here and guided here. And I affirm in this moment that the message that Reverend Leah has prepared will flow through her and will land with each individual in this room right where they need it to. That we step into this moment in time, and allow for opening. Allow our light to shine. knowing that as our light shines, it creates a ripple effect into our homes, into our workspace, into our communities, and into the world. And I give thanks for each beautiful being that has shown up here today. I give thanks for the energy, the peace, the hope that each one of us brings to this space, to this service. And as we continue to move into this time, I just affirm that it is perfect, it is whole, and it is complete. And I release these words into the law. I let them go, I let them be, and so it is.
All right, folks. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see every obstacle in my way. Gone are the dark, dark clouds that I made blind. It's gonna be bright, oh bright, it's a sunshiny day. It's gonna be bright, oh bright, it's a sunshiny day. Think I can make it now, the pain is gone. All of the dark, dark feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying on. It's gonna be bright, oh bright, it's a sunshiny day. Look all around, it's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. Oh, oh. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see every obstacle in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying on. It's gonna be bright, oh bright, it's a sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be bright, oh bright, it's a sunshiny day. One last time. Gonna be bright, oh bright, it's a sunshiny day.
All right, everybody just take a deep breath. Breathing in And breathing out. Doesn't it feel good to just take a deep breath sometimes? Have you ever had a moment in your life where you felt one with another person, an animal, a pet, nature, where you just felt so connected? It's a beautiful feeling, isn't it? Yeah. I have a dear friend, Kathleen. I met her when I first moved to Colorado about 20 years ago. And she had this vision. It was a download, really. And she described this vision where all of humanity, so just imagine a picture with all of humanity, billions of people, and each person had this light that was emanating from their heart, just brightly emanating from their heart, connecting one person to the other. So imagine this light is extending from their heart and going to each person, and then their light connected to source, to the divine. Can you picture that? So this was a vision that she had. It just came to her, and she said, when she was describing this experience, she said, gosh, it wasn't my imagination. It was just something that came to me as what is really going on behind the scenes. We don't see that. But yet we all know that we're connected. Yeah, we all know on some level that we are connected. And all of the mystics and the sages have been describing and talking about and writing about our divine connection for centuries. Yeah, and so I believe that what she saw is the truth of our connection with one another. And the mystic Hildegard Bingen, in talking about the divine, she said this: I am the supreme and fiery force who has kindled all sparks of life. I, the fiery life, blaze in the beauty of the fields, shine on the waters, burn in the sun, moon, and stars. I bring all things to life. I breathe in them all because I am life. And Gandhi said, I believe in absolute oneness of God and therefore also of humanity. What though we may have many bodies, we have but one soul. The rays of sun are many through refraction, but they have the same source. They have the same source. So these rays of light from all of us are emanating brightly, whether we are aware of it or not. And it's connecting us one to the other, whether we are aware of it or not. And these beautiful beings wrote about this. And our founder, Ernest Holmes, he wrote about it too. He wrote about oneness. In fact, oneness is one of our core principles. And it's because so many sages and mystics have been talking about this forever. And if you dive deep enough beneath every faith tradition, do you know they're all saying the same thing? If you go to the mystical level of all of them, they're all saying the same thing. And that is that we are all one. We are all part of one human family. And so oneness means one presence, one life, one God, one power, one love. Ren sang about it in the song, the opening song. All of those are qualities of the divine. And those qualities are a part of each of us. So in the science of mind, in our philosophy, oneness means that we are one with all. The seen and the unseen. So think about that for a moment. So the seen and the unseen. So the seen in everybody here and those online, the trees, the rocks, the grains of sand, we are one with all of it. Every being, every creature, big and small. The unseen, the angelic realm, where the masters hang out, where the archangels hang out. The unseen, these are light beings that are here to support all of us on this planet. We may not see them, but some of you know what I'm talking about. I personally work with my angels a lot. And when I am in a place where I need some help, I will ask for some help, and they show up. So the unseen, we are also connected to them in a profound way. In a profound way. They are also one with Source. So, when we don't feel one, when we forget that we are one, we tend to get caught up in the human stuff, don't we? We get caught up in projection. Nobody in here does that. We get caught up in blame and judgment of others. Of course we don't do that, yeah? So when we forget that we're one, we get swept up and caught up in our humanity. And it's okay, we all do it, I do it too. But then in those moments when we forget our oneness, we're not very happy. We're not very peaceful. We're not very content. Yeah, because our humanness has taken over, and we have to figure this out in this life. We're vacillating back and forth between our human self and our divine self all the time, navigating one and the other. Once we start on a spiritual journey, we start to realize there's more to life than this human existence, but we have to be in the human existence. Because otherwise, as I said, I think it was last week, we wouldn't be able to brush our teeth. We wouldn't be able to do anything. We would just be floating around, yeah? Why I had an accent on that, I don't know. So is the goal to experience oneness and to be one with all the time? No, it's not realistic. Is the goal to just experience this oneness in the face of injustice, in the face of harm, in the face of suffering? No. That's not the goal. Because again, we live in this human world. We may be spiritual beings having a human experience, but we are living in a human world. So we have to find a way to find balance between the two. But is it worth practicing? Is it worth practicing our oneness and knowing that we are one with all? Well, that's something for all of you to decide individually. Is it worth practicing? But I suspect that you would say yes. Yeah, that you would say yes, that it's worth practicing. But, how do we hold this thing called oneness? How do we hold that and at the same time also be aware of the injustice and the harm and the suffering that's happening in our world? How do we hold both? It's a good question, isn't it? Oneness can give us the impression that there is nothing to forgive. If I just walk through the world and I'm one with all, then I don't really need to forgive anybody, do I? So we can use oneness sometimes as a way to dismiss, as a way to minimize what is happening in the world. And that is called spiritual bypassing. You all know that, yes? I hope you do. So this thing called our spiritual journey, which is a powerful and profound thing that we get to experience in this life, but if we aren't aware that we spiritually bypass, we then go to this place of minimizing and dismissing what's going on. Well, I'll just sit in meditation and ignore the world. And actually, sometimes we do need to do that. We do need to do that in order to just remain sane sometimes. Yeah, we do need to tune out the world. But as spiritual people, we also have to be aware of spiritual bypassing because we all do it. And so this thing called oneness is a beautiful practice. But we have to find balance between the human and the divine, holding space for this experience of oneness and holding space for all that's going on in the world, staying grounded in both, being aware of both. So can you be aware? This is something to ask yourself. Can I be aware of the suffering in the world and know that I am one with all? So just think about that for a moment. Can you be aware of what's going on in our world and even still take action in whatever action you want to take and know that you are one with all? That you are one. Often it's through our awareness of our own suffering and the suffering of others that we find our way back to oneness. Have you noticed that? That in the darkest of darkest times in our own personal lives, that's usually what creates an opening. Have you noticed that? It creates an opening to our spiritual journey, to our awareness, to our spiritual growth. It's usually our suffering that provides that opening, that opens that door so that we can see and feel and know and experience something greater, something deeper. About 7 years ago, I worked at a previous Center for Spiritual Living, CSL Boulder Valley, a sweet little center in Lafayette. And a woman came in, a young woman. She was in her early 40s. Her name was Leanne. And she brought her daughter with her. Her daughter was 7-ish. And she came looking for a spiritual community. And this woman, you know when you meet somebody and they don't even have to open their mouth. She was such a light. She was just extraordinary. And we didn't even know her yet. But as she started coming more often, she started to share her life with us. And she shared that she had been diagnosed with a rare brain cancer. And she was given a year to live. And you could see the scar on her head. She had just had surgery and I'm pretty sure some awful radiation treatments. As she started coming to our center more and more, she started to learn about our tools. She started to learn about our spiritual principles, and she started applying them in her life. And you know, she said, prior to this, I would go into my life and I would feel sorry for myself. I have this tumor. I have a 7-year-old daughter. They've given me a year to live. I'm going to die. And I'm angry about that. You know, and so she went through her own human stuff about it. And then at some point she realized when she started learning that she could actually affirm something different for her life, she started to affirm her wholeness, her health, the power that was within her. She started to recognize that she actually could live differently and feel differently. She started to affirm that every day. And here's what happened. She healed her relationship with her mother that had been rocky for years. She strengthened her relationship with her father just by applying some of our principles and tools. And the tumor in her brain started to shrink. That was shown on scans. This is powerful stuff. The mind, what we decide, what we intend, what we affirm, what we declare, it's powerful. And then one day she took a class from me. I taught Foundations, which is a core class that teaches all of our spiritual core principles. And we talked about oneness. And she was so excited, as she was with everything, to apply it in her life. So she took it out into her life, and she started to every person that she interacted with, whether it was at Starbucks or her partner or whomever, she recognized that she was one with each and every person. She practiced it every day. She came running into class one night, and she said, Leah, Leah, Leah. And she looked at me in the eyes. She was this far away from me, and she said, oh my God, I am experiencing oneness. This isn't something that I'm just imagining. I see it in you. I can see your energy. I can see everybody's. I am one with all. She was so moved by it. Her eyes were big and bright and teared up because she was so moved by what she was experiencing. It changed her life. It changed her life. It helped her to have more peace, to have more expression, to have even more joy than what she was already expressing. It was a beautiful thing to witness. She knew that beneath her cancer, beneath what she was experiencing, that there was something else that was possible. And she kept affirming it. And someone else is affirming it. That's the divine coming right through there. The divine saying, yeah. Ditto. So we can be aware of our own suffering. We can be aware of our own challenges and our own pain and still know oneness. We can still know and affirm oneness. We can still experience it. We can get to a place by doing that where we can then look at the world, at the chaos of the world, and still know oneness. Still see it, still see that visual that I described in the beginning that my friend Kathleen saw. We can still hold that, all the while still recognizing the suffering and the pain that is also out there in the world. You know, I shared last week, those of you who were here, I shared the story of this woman that I worked for when I first moved here who was incredibly challenging to work for. But what I did every night was that I would sit in meditation and I would visualize the two of us coming together as one. I saw her energy and I saw my energy, and at a point you couldn't see where my energy ended and hers began. We just became one. And I did that every night for weeks. Now, I still did the human stuff too. I called her out on her stuff when it was necessary. But I continued to know our oneness, and it transformed our relationship. She started to treat me differently. Yeah, this stuff works, this stuff works. I would use another word other than stuff, but it's not appropriate on Sunday morning. But y'all know what I'm saying. It's with other people that we transform our lives. Have you noticed that? We don't do it alone. We do it with others. We transform and heal and grow and evolve with others. Inside community. This is why Leanne was able to transform her life, because she showed up inside community, because she said yes to her life. The mystic, Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, he said this: we are one after all, you and I. Together we suffer, together exist, and forever will recreate each other. We recreate each other through each other. So we need each other to grow. We need each other to evolve. Thank God for the people that drive us crazy. Thank God for the people that cause us pain and harm. I'm not kidding. You see that. Yes, they are our gifts in our life. They are gifts in our life. Leanne's cancer, although it appeared tragic, it transformed her life, her suffering, because it created an opening for her to know what oneness is. Do you think she could have experienced that had she not gone through the suffering of cancer? I suspect no. She was only supposed to live a year. With the form of cancer that she had, the doctor said there is no way that you can possibly live more than a year. She lived for 2. She lived for 2. Longer than anyone else had ever lived with her form of cancer. Do you think that's by accident? No. It's because she applied the tools. It's because she lived her life fully. It's because she continued to affirm and know her oneness with all. It's because she continued to declare that something else was possible for her life. She created that. She did that. When she died, there were so many people at her funeral. It was standing room only. There was probably 300 people there in a room that could only squeeze in 200. She made a difference, particularly in those last 2 years of her life. A new version, we are recreating ourselves. That means a new version of ourselves is born again and again and again. We aren't just born once in this life, not just once. We are born again and again and again. As we release the old, as we let go of that which no longer serves us, we then transform into something new. It creates, these experiences create opening for something new to come in. And those experiences create an opening for the divine to show up even bigger within us and around us. Each time we heal something in our life, each time we take on the healing of our lives physically, emotionally, mentally, when we really take it on like Leanne did, watch out, world. When we really take it on, as if our life depended on it, we transform. And not only do we transform ourselves, but we transform each other. So we are born again and again and again. Not from the Christian sense, we've all heard that. But born again, we are renewed. We are new in our way of being and how we see the world and how we engage with others and how we engage with life. This is what happened to Leanne. And what a gift that she was given, but what a gift that she gave to those of us who knew her. Henri Nouwen said, living a spiritual life requires a change of heart, a conversion. Such a conversion may be marked by a sudden interchange, or it can take place through a long, quiet process of transformation. But it always involves an inner experience of oneness. Of oneness. That conversion requires the experience of oneness to happen. So our spiritual life, have you noticed, it does indeed require a change of heart continuously. Continuously, we're having to change our heart. We're having to open our heart continuously. And oneness is the thing that helps us get there. Because think about this. You all have somebody in your life that you're not very fond of. I know this, even though I haven't talked to each of you. I don't have to talk to each of you personally. I know this. Because we're human, and we're squirrely, and we're judgmental, and we're all the things. Yes, and we're beautiful, of course. I have to add that in. But we all have somebody in our life that we're not very fond of. If you were to see them, you might feel a reaction within you, right? But when you practice knowing that you are one with them, one with their being, with their light, do you know that it would transform how you feel about them? It can't not. It can't not. When I was in Los Angeles, I lived in LA for a long, long time, and I used to go to this yoga studio. It was a Kundalini yoga studio, Kundalini. And the guy was a trip, the guy who taught the class. I just loved him. He was a Sikh, so he had a turban, and he always brought his guitar, and he'd sit on the stage, right? And we're doing Kundalini yoga, which was so fun, but really it was more like church. I mean, it was just, it was pretty awesome. And he said to us, you know, if you're ever angry at someone, here's what I invite you to do. Imagine that the two people are sitting back to back. You are sitting back to back with that person. And imagine that your hearts are blending as one. Your hearts are blending and merging as one. One heart, one life, one power, one peace, one spirit. And he said, if you do that, you will let go of your anger. You cannot hold on to your anger when you imagine the two hearts blending and merging as one. Now again, it doesn't mean you don't have to stand up for yourself. It doesn't mean you don't have to have a difficult conversation with that person. It doesn't mean you have to have that person in your life. But are you willing to know and recognize and do the work to know that you are one? That you are one with that person? And you know, whatever we do, even if we're just sitting at home in front of our altar at home by ourselves, whatever we do impacts all. Impacts all. So if we are imagining that person that we are angry with and we blend our heart with theirs, or we do what I did with my boss and we see our light merging together, whatever practice, or we do what Leanne did and we recognize our oneness and we see the light in each other, it impacts that person. Because we are one, because we are connected, it impacts them on an energetic level. They feel that. But it doesn't just impact them. It impacts everybody. The visual I gave you in the beginning of my friend Kathleen, when she saw billions of people and the light emanating from each of them, it impacts each and every person. Every person. So here's my invitation for all of you for this week. You ready for some homework? Is to do that very thing. Is to go out into your life. To recognize and know that you are one with the seen and the unseen. To practice that your oneness with the trees and the rocks and the rivers and the creeks. To know that you're one with the ground beneath you. To know that you are one with that person that you are irritated with. To know that you are one with the person that you haven't spoken to in 3 decades. To know that you are one with the person who has transitioned into the next realm, that you still haven't forgiven. You are one with them too. For those relationships never end. They just move on to the next realm, but our relationships remain forever. So, your invitation is to practice what Leanne did. You know, yesterday, I'm just going to share this. As I was practicing my talk and going through it, and I was speaking some of this out loud about Leanne, there was a light in my living room that kept flashing and flashing and flashing. I said, hello, Leanne. Hello. So practice with intensity and intention and love and joy the way that Leanne did. You don't even have to know her. You know her now because I've been talking about her so much, and I'm sure she's here with us. Practice it as if your life depended on it. What can hurt? You're just going to feel more peaceful. Yeah? You're probably going to feel a little more grounded, a little more connected by practicing knowing that you are one with all. And if you don't want to engage with that person and you don't want to even look at them, then don't. Just see them in your mind. See your hearts merging as one. See your souls merging as one. One spirit, one life, one person, one love, one joy, one peace, all of it. Are you willing to practice? Yeah? Okay, I'm going to ask you next week. I won't be here. I'm going to ask Ref Barb to ask you. Oh, watch out. Barb's a little, she might, It takes practice, I talk about that a lot on Sundays because we forget. We remember, and then we forget. And then we remember, and then we forget. So this is why you come here on Sundays, is my assumption, so that you can be reminded. And I need to be reminded too. I'm right there with you. I write these talks for myself as well. Truly. So that I can remember, oh yeah, oneness, oh yeah. I did that thing with that old boss, that's right, and it worked. And that's why I shared that powerful story of Leanne, and I've shared it before, because it's a powerful story. A powerful story of manifestation, a powerful story of the power of doing the work. Practicing, boots on the ground, practicing. So I want to close us out today with a little visualization. So I invite you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath, breathing in, breathing out. And just in this moment, just feeling gratitude. Gratitude for this time, right here, right now. Gratitude for being here, showing up right here in this moment, in this time, in this space. Just feeling your heart, feeling the energy in your heart expand. Just see it as the light that I described in Kathleen's vision. Just imagine that beautiful light emanating from your heart. That light has always been there from the moment that your soul decided to be an expression in this life. That light is connected to spirit. It is connected to the divine. It has always been connected to spirit. And so just feel that for a moment. And recognize that your light is connected to every person here, every person in this community, every person on this beloved planet of ours. And just feel that light connecting to all, connecting to the seen and the unseen. Feel the magnificence of that light. Feel your oneness with all. Feel it. Feel and know that you are one with every single being on this planet, every creature, big and small, every plant, every tree, every rock, every mountain, every sunset, every being. And just taking a moment to just feel into that and to feel grateful for that truth. See yourself merging, your soul merging and blending, your heart merging and blending with all those in the world. Every person, every being. And we know right here, right now, that we can hold the energy of suffering. We can hold the energy of injustice. We can hold the energy of harm. And at the same time, we can also hold the energy of oneness, of truth, of love, of peace, of joy. And so right now, in this moment, we are holding the energy of all of it. We are holding it all within our heart. Take your hands and place your hands over your heart and just hold the energy of all of it. We are powerful beings, and therefore we are capable of holding all of it. And so I am knowing right here, right now, that as we go out into our lives, that we are remembering to practice this spiritual principle called oneness. That we are remembering that we are indeed one with all. That we can never be separated from anything and anyone. And therefore I know that our light, as we go out into our life, that our light is healing. It is healing for ourselves. It is healing for all. And so I just declare that and I claim that right here and right now. And so we just say thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, life. Thank you for this moment of being reminded of who I am and what is possible in my life. And so with that, we release it. We hand it over to the law that always says yes. And with that, we claim it, we ground it in together by saying, and so it is.
Lovely. I think about the ways that I see this light in other people, and for me, this love can manifest in so many different ways. Divine love, as you've talked about, Leah. And this song is called Lantern Fire, and I wrote it about that light. In this case, specifically, it's about that light as love, romantic love for another. It's fun and bouncy. It's not serious. It's not a ballad. I always said you'd have this out of mind. I told you so. I told you so. Mom said you'll break down in due time. Told you so. I told you so. My mama said to take it one step at a time. How could she know I loved you so? I keep a lookout all the time. Not try to miss a chance to call you mine. Your lantern fire lights my eyes. It pulls me close and leaves me warm inside. It keeps me from drifting through the nights. 'Cause by your side I fill my hollow heart with your lantern fire, hold me tight. For without you I would be mighty lonesome. Oh, burning embers do me right. I'm by your side. I fill my hollow heart with And when your love for me begins to grow, you just remember that I told you so. And when a million starry faces fall on us like snow, I'll just be bragging now I told you so. I keep a lookout all the time, not trying to miss a chance to call you mine. Your land of fire lights my eyes. It pulls me close and leaves me warm inside. It keeps me from drifting through the nights. 'Cause by your side I fill my hollow world with your land of fire. Hold me tight, for without you I would be mighty lonesome. Oh, burning embers do me right. I'm by your side, I fill my hollow world with you. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for helping to create a world that works for all. On the screen and in the backs of some of the chairs is a QR code. You can scan that to give and donate to our wonderful organization. Or you can donate by mail or by text. And so thank you. Thank you in advance for what you give to this community that allows us to continue to do this on Sundays and so much more. So place your gift. I invite you down to just take your gift and just place it over your heart. Whether you're a regular giver and you give online or you're giving today, just place your hands over your heart and just feel gratitude for a moment. Just feeling gratitude for what you have received today, for the blessings in your life. And now let's say our offering affirmation together. And I'm going to ask you to repeat it after me because I suspect you can't read that. So, so I'm not going to ask you to strain your eyes. So repeat after me. I am in alignment with the good that flows through my life. Spirit provides. I gratefully receive. I joyfully share. And the flow continues. Thank you, everybody. All right.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I only live for love. No more sorrow, no more strife. In my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I only live for love. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I only live for love. No more sorrow, no more strife. In my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I only live for love. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I
so Tanya and I are going to bless. We're going to bless all that is flowing into this beloved community, the prosperity, the growth, the abundance, the joy, the peace, all the goodness. And we are just so, so grateful. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, life. And so it is. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Matt. All right.
Okay, I'm lost, Leah. Just tell them that you're available. Okay. Thank you, Leah, for that amazing message. So I am available over here after service for one-on-one prayer. And just know that we are here to support you today and throughout the week. Please feel free to leave prayer requests in the back if you prefer to do that. And the practitioners will pray on those all week long. So.
Couple of announcements. So I don't know if you know, but the Pride Festival is coming to Fort Collins. Last year it was in Greeley, and this year it's here in Fort Collins, which is really exciting. It's going to be at Library Park. We're going to have a booth. We're still looking for some volunteers to help us out at the booth, so if you'd like to join us, I think it'll be a fun time. It'll be indoors. Our booth happens to be indoors, so no matter how hot it is, it'll be nice. And so join us for that. If you're interested in participating, you can sign up on our website or in our newsletter to be a part of the volunteer team that will be there. I will be there all day. We are looking, speaking of volunteers, we're looking for volunteers. We're always looking for volunteers. So if this community, if you feel connected in any way to this community, which I trust you do, know that service is a part of it. And I haven't done this in a while, but sometimes when I talk to our volunteers, I tell them that when they are setting up a chair, they are setting up the chair for the divine. They're setting up a table for the divine. They're setting up this space. Every Sunday, the space is an empty room, and it is set up by our beautiful and fantastic volunteers. So it just means to serve one Sunday a month. That's it. We're not asking more than that, just one Sunday a month, and okay, the Pride Fest too. But yeah, so see Margot. Margot, raise your hand. So if you're interested in learning about the roles and the volunteer opportunities, then please see her, and she will fill you in. All right, I just want to give a couple of thank yous. Let's thank Ren Green and Lance Ruby. Loved how you guys kind of riff off each other. That was awesome. That was awesome. Lance is in like 4 bands, so this.
Yeah, he's incredible.
So he's a busy guy. So thank you for being here. Yeah, thank you for being here, and thank you to all of you. Thank you to our sound team. Thank you to all the volunteers. Thank you for showing up today, everybody. Thank you, thank you. I love you so. Thank you for all that you do and all that you give to this beloved community. All right, so we're going to close out with our benediction. Please stand. Place your hands over your heart, and you're going to repeat after me, knowing again you probably can't see what's on there. All right, taking one last deep breath once again. Breathing in, feeling your feet on the floor, feeling grounded and connected to each person here. Repeat after me. May our hearts remain open.
May our hearts remain open.
May we remember our wholeness. And the light of our true nature. May kindness and compassion guide our every thought and action. May love heal all division. And awaken us to our shared unity. May we be at peace. And create a world that works for all. Love is who I am. Love is who we are. Love is all there is. All right, I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful musicians. Thank you, everybody.
Let there be peace, I am a stand for peace. Let there be love, I am a stand for love. Let there be joy, I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. Oh, we are making a new world right now.